beautiful Knoxville, Tennessee. First ever Goals event, Gun Owners of America. And we're here with Lewis and Jed, Florida.
Yeah, we're I'm the Florida director. Jed here is the Florida deputy director for GOA.
Okay. And also a clampet, I hear, Jed.
There you go.
So, anyway.
More of a carol than a clampet.
A Florida man. That's pretty close to a
Florida
clampet.
men. We're
Florida
100%
man is
Florida
pretty
men.
close.
100% Florida men.
I'm just the Latino flavored version of Florida.
There you go.
I'm the North Florida redneck version.
That works. So you got some exciting stuff going on down there in Florida, sounds like.
Yeah, it's real simple. You know, everyone thinks Florida is the gunshine state, but that ain't the case. We're the only Republican state in the country that bans open carry. So this beauty that you just recently reviewed from TSOS, those fine gentlemen right across, you can't open carry this. You can't let the sunshine in the gunshine actually shine off this. So GOA last year, and Jed was there, you know this, we were fighting tooth and nail for the permanently concealed only carry bill to become a true constitutional carry bill. We pushed for an amendment to be added to have open carry added to it.
Right.
We had a Republican representative, his name was Mike Beltran. He added that amendment, we loved it. The Republican leadership killed it.
Mm-hmm.
This year, this past session, and again, he was there, he was fighting just as hard as I am. We got Representative Beltran to introduce our open carry bill that Jed and I poured blood, sweat, and tear on, drafting and forming that bill. And within the first week of session, the Republican leadership stood before the House, the old Capitol, and said, well, we support the Second Amendment, but we don't have the appetite to vote and debate on such a bill. So it's real simple. We're suing Florida. If they're going to defend Janet Reno's gun control, it's because that's when the open carry ban passed. And Jed, you've actually been around the sun that long.
Oh yeah.
Tell folks how it is in North Florida with open carry.
Well, you know, if you don't get caught.
Exactly. If you don't get caught.
That's not a way to be. Because here's the thing. You get caught and then you get stripped of your Second Amendment rights.
Yep.
Now here's the screwed up thing for your viewers and for you and for everyone to know. Before I worked for GOA, I was a cop. I was off duty in Miami riding my Kawasaki Ninja because, you know, that's what you got to do in Miami. I was traveling on the northbound Palmetto Expressway. I was in the center lane. A Miami-Dade cop in a marked unit was going to pull off. My T-shirt's flapping. He sees my Glock. He slams on the brakes, pulls me over at gunpoint, and the only reason why I wasn't arrested was because I was a cop. He literally told me, if you weren't a cop, I would have stuffed and cuffed you and taken you down to TGK, Dade County Jail.
Yeah.
And the screwed up thing is, that was after the Republican leadership passed a accidental exposure bill.
Yeah.
It didn't stop anything. Florida needs full constitutional carry.
Yes.
Agreed, yeah.
We have a Republican majority that refuses to pass it. But the other thing, too, is we're pushing for under 21 carry. If you're 18 years old, you should be able to defend yourself. No more, no less.
Yeah. Well, I mean, I kind of get where you're coming from because, you know, I'm from Texas.
Yep.
And so people out there hear Texas and they think bastion of gun freedom. We just recently, as I'm sure you're aware,
I know. Trust me.
got constitutional carry 4 years ago, something along
You beat us to it.
You beat us to it, and we used you as an example. I would clobber DeSantis with that.
Real quick, I need to give a shout out to MTM Case Guard, who helped out with the trip to Goals this year. Now, if you've been a firearm owner for any length of time, odds are you love products from MTM Case Guard. Personally, I really do like the shooting tables that they have, but man, they've got a ton of storage solutions, mostly for ammunition. And then the rest, you see the K-Zone shooting rest all the time here on the channel. So MTM, they've got a little bit of something for everybody. If you want to check out all of the MTM products that I use, I'm going to drop a link down in the pinned comment below. And it's horrible that Texas is held up again as this bastion of freedom and everything. But I mean, it's also been a fight. We have fought since 92, 94 or so, and it's been dribs and drabs. It's been, if we can just get the concealed handgun license. If we can just get the license to carry. Now if we can just roll the places we can carry back. Now and finally, in increments, right?
Yep.
We've been able to whittle back at, you know, when was it? 1891 that we lost constitutional carry?
Y'all have the big problem of signs carrying the weight of law.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's true.
We don't have that.
Yeah.
Thank
We don't-
God.
Thank God.
Thank
But-
God.
Yeah.
Knock on wood.
But instead, what we got is mandatory waiting periods.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So,
And the other thing that's weird about, because you're talking about open carry,
yeah.
and here's what's weird about open carry is once upon a time, it was considered cowardly to conceal carry.
Exactly.
Nowadays, if you conceal carry, that's optimal.
Yeah.
And if you open carry, oh, you must be some type of hoodlum or up to no good.
you know,
and it was the opposite once
The
upon a
element
time.
of surprise, man.
Like the honest, upstanding individual open carry.
as my brethren and your brethren, as they call it up in the northern states, it was the coat tax.
There you go.
You know, you had to pay
Yeah.
a tax to conceal your firearm. But it, you know, real simple. It was considered gentlemanly to openly carry your firearm because you were advertising to the world saying, I'm a law-abiding citizen. I am armed. I will defend myself. I will defend my honor. I will defend my family.
Yeah.
But it was hoodlums and criminals that literally got a piece, and you know they'd shove it down their
Yeah,
waistband,
they don't care.
and they'd
Yeah.
hide it. And guess what? As a 15-year veteran cop, I know this. You know this. Criminals break the law because here's a shocker. They're criminals. Oh my God! It doesn't matter what gun law you pass. They're gonna break the law. We can look at New York. We can look at California.
Yeah.
They could ban everything. Criminals don't care. And if I remember in Texas, it was your Senate president. What's his name? Dan Patrick or something like that. Like he was. I know you're a Republican.
That would be
so-
lieutenant governor.
Yeah,
but
because your lieutenant governor is also your Senate president.
Correct.
And he was the stick in the mud that for a while was blocking constitutional carry. But GOA stepped in and, you know, we fought tooth and nail
Yeah,
for
back
it.
then it was Rachel Malone, and
Yep.
she was a rock star in Texas for sure. She's on to bigger and better things, I'm assuming now. But yeah, I mean, I was an active part of that back in the day.
And
with
thank you for that,
well,
brother.
Oh yeah,
It's-
well we have to fight our fight because
It was a
it's-
battle royale. CJ
it's-
Grisham.
Well, it was time
Yep.
for us, right?
Yeah.
Like I said, we had whittled away it so long. There was only one move left.
Yeah.
Like we had to checkmate. That's all we had left on the board, and so we had to go for it. We had to.
Yeah.
And you know, it's important that the folks out there remember. Yeah, you talk about Florida, you talk about Texas, you talk about these states. We're not talking about in New York. We're not talking about in Illinois. We're not talking about in California. We're talking about states that are seen as bastions of liberty and freedom across the board.
Yeah.
Like not just 2A, across the board.
Yep.
Yet there's still fights to be had in those states. And so we have to be, what is the phrase? Ever vigilant, right?
Semper vigilance. You got that right. And that's one of the reasons why we can't compromise.
Exactly.
And you know,
Exactly.
our national motto says it best. E pluribus unum. Out of many, one. And
Yep.
all together, you, me, Jed, all your viewers, everyone here attending today, we are what makes this fight worthwhile. And all together, we could overturn draconian gun control in Florida, Texas, New York, Illinois. Doesn't matter where you folks are watching or living. If we all work together,
Yep.
we can get this done.
No.
Brother,
I agree.
thank you for being here.
Yeah.
Thank you for coming here.
You bet. Jim,
Thank
Lewis.
you.
Yeah, we are, again, at Goals, Knoxville, Tennessee. Awesome event. I can feel it coming. Today's just a media day, but I can feel it being an awesome event. Tell everybody bye because we're out of here.
See
See ya.